working. Open the ladder carefully, ensuring the braces are fully locked and that the ladder is stable prior to climbing. If the ladder is unstable, utilize a second associate to help hold the ladder. The ladder should be as close to the wall as possible to minimize how far you must reach to place the piece. Climb the ladder, being sure to use 3 points of contact at all times. Once you are at the correct height, place the artwork on the hangers, being sure it is secured and will not fall. You will lose one of your points of contact, so move with purpose and slowly, recognizing the weight of the item you are moving. Descend the ladder, making sure that you are always facing the ladder and maintaining 3 points of contact. Repeat these steps for all pieces. Be sure to move the ladder into the correct position for each piece. Finally, fold the ladder back up and return it to the proper storage location. This will prevent customers from trying to use the ladder themselves. At weekends only, customers are never permitted to use our ladders or other equipment. Proper step stool usage. At times, you may find that you have to lift an item off of a tall shelf or retrieve an item hanging on the wall. It may be unsafe to reach and lift these items without the aid of a ladder or step stool. Let's take a look at how to properly address these items that are out of reach by using a step stool. Obtain a step stool and place it near the item. Ensure it is close enough to prevent overreaching. Be sure you position the step stool so the path is clear to bring down the item. Climb the ladder using 3 points of contact to prevent slips and falls. For larger items, be sure to have a partner to take the item from you so you can safely climb down. Without twisting, grasp the item and lower it down to your teammate. Be sure to close up the ladder and store it properly to prevent customers from attempting to use our ladders. Remember, at weekends only, customers are never permitted to use our ladders or other equipment. Properly wrapping upholstery. Items which are returned and or repaired to new require proper wrapping and protection for storage in our racks. This will help ensure the item will be in new condition when the customer receives the product. It is also important to perform a quality wrapping process so the customer feels they are receiving new and not used product. Proper repairing and rewrapping of furniture is vital to weekends only. This process helps prevent unnecessary shrink or loss to the company. Preventing shrink and loss is another example of how we save our customers money. Let's begin by watching an associate rewrap a sofa back to new condition. Prior to starting the rewrap process, the item must be placed in an open space where there is room to work. In order to perform a first quality rewrap, access to all sides is required. In this example, the associate places a blanket down to protect the item from being scratched or damaged by the floor. If a blanket is not readily available, cardboard can be used. Remove the tag, also known as a POR, and set it to the side. This tag will be reattached to the item once the wrapping is complete. At weekends only, we keep track of every item in our warehouse, and all items must have a tag at all times indicating the appropriate SKU. Ensure the piece is clean and free of dust and debris. All wrapping of upholstery product will begin with a thin layer of plastic being placed over the furniture. This thin layer of plastic is designed to prevent cardboard or other wrapping materials from scratching the item. The plastic comes on rolls and will need to be unfolded prior to placement on the item. Be sure it covers the piece evenly on all sides. Once the item is covered, we will need to secure the plastic to the item. The next step in performing a quality rewrap is to secure the first layer of plastic to the furniture. This is done with a thin stretchy material known as shrink wrap. To secure the plastic, start by anchoring the shrink wrap to the bottom of the piece. Once the shrink wrap has been anchored, slowly walk the shrink wrap around the furniture, wrapping from bottom to top. Be sure to hook the wrap under each corner as you start your first pass. This is an important step as corners are one of the most commonly damaged areas in furniture. Be sure to use enough shrink wrap to hold the first layer in place. After the first layer of plastic is secured, Cardboard will then be used to wrap the item. This cardboard layer is designed to protect the bottom and edges of the product so that it can be stored safely and dollied without causing any damage. To start this next layer, cut a piece of cardboard that is roughly 1.5 to 2 times the length of the furniture you are working with. Remember to use only approved weekends only safety knives when making these cuts. If you do not have a roll of cardboard, use cardboard from other items that may have been opened throughout the day and notify your manager so they can order a new roll. Reusing and recycling materials is another important step in living out our mission and saving our customers money. Using proper lifting techniques, maneuver the item to approximately the middle of the cardboard. Walk the item into place rather than scooting it against the concrete. This will help to ensure the first layer is not torn or damaged before the more rigid cardboard layer can be attached. Once the item is in place, start by lifting up one of the long sides and securing it to the top using a tape gun and packaging tape. Next, you will see the associate make small, vertical cuts at each corner. This ensures the sides fold neatly and tightly against the product. Fold in the short side and secure it with packaging tape to the bottom of the first side. Next, complete the same steps for the opposite short side of the cardboard by making the same cuts and tight folds as the first side. Finally, lift the remaining long side and secure it in place. The associate has now created a cardboard frame around the product. Once the frame is built, use tape to secure the edges of the cardboard and ensure it is tight against the product. This is an important step in presenting the customer with a factory appearance wrap when they purchase this item. Once the cardboard is finished, use shrink wrap to secure it in place by wrapping it until all the cardboard has a layer of shrink wrap. This final layer is used to cover the bottom side of the furniture, secure everything in place, and present a factory wrap look for our customer. To begin this final layer, secure the shrink wrap under the product. In this step, we will wrap bottom to top to ensure the shrink wrap is secured under each of the bottom corners. Begin to wrap the item, slightly overlapping each layer as you work your way up. Continue wrapping until you reach the top of the piece and all exposed edges are covered. Lastly, place the label, or POR, back on the piece. It's important that the label is on the side of the piece that will be facing out in the racks. If you are unsure, ask another employee what side the label should be on. Properly wrapping case goods. In our last video, we observed how to properly wrap upholstery items at weekends only. In this video, we will look at how to wrap pre-assembled or case good items. Just as before, ensure you place the item in a location that allows you to maneuver around the entire piece. Ensure all pieces and hardware are present, as well as making sure the item is clean and free of dirt and debris and in new condition. Don't forget to remove the label, or POR, and set it aside for applying to the wrapped piece later. It is now time for our first layer of plastic. Let's watch as the associate covers and creates a box out of cardboard. As before, the associate begins by unfolding the plastic and evenly covering the item. Once the item is covered, the associate prepares his corners and edge protectors. Not all locations will have new or unused corner protectors. When opening or prepping items, you should always save and neatly store edge and corner protectors that are reusable so that you can use them to wrap furniture at a later date. Begin by attaching or anchoring the shrink wrap to the product. Start to wrap the product from top to bottom, being sure to place corner and edge protectors around the product as you work your way down. Continue to wrap the item until the protectors and the first layer of plastic are secure. After the first layer is completed, cut or obtain a piece of cardboard that is roughly 2.5 times the length of the item being wrapped. Place the item onto the cardboard slightly to the left or right of center. Use 4 more corner pieces on the feet or bottom of the item to protect them from damage. Fold the long edge of the cardboard and secure it to the top using the tape. To create the corner of the new box, place a cut from the edge of the piece to the outer edge of the cardboard. In this example, the associate is using improper knife practices by cutting towards his body. You should always cut away from your body to prevent accidentally cutting yourself if the knife slips. Place a cut from the edge of the piece to the outer edge of the cardboard. This will allow for a neat fold, preventing the cardboard from bunching and looking unprofessional. Secure these folds with tape. Repeat these steps for the remaining corners until all sides are wrapped and taped. If there is still any exposed wood or fabric, cut an additional piece of cardboard to cover and secure it to the rest of the box that you have already created. Once this is done, your box is now complete and it is time for the final layer of shrink wrap. As before, secure the edge of the shrink wrap and begin wrapping in a top to bottom motion, taking special care to tuck the shrink wrap under the bottom of the item. After this first layer is completed, turn the item in the opposite direction and repeat the shrink wrap process until all sides are completely wrapped. The rewrapping process is now complete. Place the POR label on the side that will be facing out of the racks and is most firm. The item is now ready to be placed in the racks and given to our customers. Properly using a cardboard baler. At Weekends Only, one of the ways we save our customers money is by collecting and recycling cardboard. To make this a more efficient process, we use a cardboard baler to compress and secure cardboard into bales that are then picked up by a recycling company. Care and caution must be used when operating the baler. Be sure to follow all warning labels and instructions printed on the machine. Improper usage of the baler can result in severe injury or even death. In this video, we will learn the safe and proper method of operating a cardboard baler. Prior to operating the baler, ensure all safety devices are present and in proper working order. If there is any damage to the retractable gate or any of the emergency devices, discontinue usage and notify a manager. To begin the bale making process, start by placing 1 or 2 large pieces of cardboard on top of the cardboard to be baled. This will help to secure all the loose cardboard underneath and reinforce the bands. Failing to complete this step could result in a broken bale. Failing bands can also be hazardous to you and those around you. If a bale fails, it causes a great deal of rework as the bale has to be disassembled and rebaled by reloading all cardboard back into the baler and starting the process all over again. After you have placed the top pieces of cardboard, close the gate and press the start button to lower the ram. Once the ram is at its lowest point in the hydraulic cycle, press the stop button to hold the ram in place while you open the front and secure the bands to the cardboard. When opening the front of the baler, ensure the gate is closed and the ram is down. Locate the dial on the right side of the baler. To open, turn the dial in a clockwise direction. This will release the clamp that holds the front door closed. Be sure no one is standing in front of the door when completing this step to prevent the door from springing open and striking someone. Once the clamp is released, completely open the door before completing the next step. Ensure the channels for the baling wire are clear. If the channels are not clear, use a clearing rod or pipe to clear the channel so the wires can be fed through. In this example, the associate is folding the edge of the cardboard down to clear the upper channels. Once the channels have been cleared, feed the baling wire into the top or bottom channel to start. Some balers will feed the wire automatically from bottom to top. In this example, the associate has to move around to the back and manually feed the wire into the top channel. After the wire has passed through both the bottom and top channels, it's time to secure the bale. Place the straight end through the loop end and pull the wire tight. Wrap the straight end around the wire both above and below the loop. Continue to wrap the straight end around the wire until all the slack is out of the wire. Repeat these using 6 ties to completely secure the bale and prevent it from failing. It is now time to eject the bale. This step will be slightly different at each location. Be sure to have someone show you how your bale ejector works at your location. At this location, the associate pushes the bar straight back, past the catch, and secures it. Next, he places a pallet on the floor that will catch the bale as it is ejected from the baler. Place the pallet about 6 to 8 inches from the foot of the baler. Make certain it is centered between the left and right of the sides of the bale. This is a very important step, as these bales weigh between 800 and 1100 pounds and cannot be lifted once they are out of the baler. It is now time to eject the bale. Be sure the front of the baler is clear and the ejector is engaged. Remove the emergency stop and switch the baler from auto to manual. With the key turned, press the up button to eject the bale. Once it is settled on the pallet, obtain a pallet jack and move it to the appropriate storage location for your warehouse. Once this is completed, it is now time to start a new bale. As you can see in this example, the associate clears out any remaining cardboard, paying special attention to the tracks that the wires will be fed through. Doing this after each bale is made will make feeding the wires through the channels easier in the future. Next, close and secure the door by turning the dial in the opposite direction. The ejector will have to be reset by running a cycle without any cardboard in the baler. Finally, cut or place large pieces of cardboard in the bottom of the bale. The cardboard is used to ensure the channels stay clear and gives the bale wires a large flat surface to hold on to. Your bale is now complete. Remember, it is very important to follow all safety guidelines and directions when completing the bale making process. If at any point in the process you have any questions or are unsure of what steps to take next, be sure to bring these concerns to your manager. Never operate a baler that has damage to any of the safety devices. If you notice the baler is in need of maintenance of any kind, be sure to immediately report it to a member of management. Following these guidelines will ensure your safety and the safety of those around you.